Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about clowns because this week is the first week of August is National Clown Week. So if you guys don't like clowns, you probably don't want to watch this video. So clowns are terrifying, you know, when you're a kid and you see people walking around with makeup and everything, you're just kind of freaks you out, right? Well, the first movie I ever saw with the killer clown, or just clowns in general, two come to mind. The ones you just probably saw is on the, the picture you saw when you clicked on this video. Obviously, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, one of my favorite movies of all time, probably my favorite horror film of all time. I mean, what is there to say? But this is more like funny, creepy, but funny, this would never happen in real life, obviously. So there's that has that going for it, but one of my personal favorites. And then of course, everybody's favorite clown, Pennywise. This freaked me out as a child, no lie. I always thought clown would come, out of my drain in my bathtub or out of the sink. Just scarred me. But I always loved watching this movie, or mini series rather. And then of course you got the the reboots, 1 and 2 here as well. Pretty good too, but I'm partial to the original. And then we have like TV series like Are You Afraid of the Dark? You guys remember the one episode, The Tale of the Laughing in the Dark, where the kids go to it's like an amusement park, more like a carnival really. There's this one ride where they have to, go through the maze and then pick the right door to exit. And if you get door number, was it 9? I think 7, 8, or 9, one of those. You open it and Zeebo's there laughing at you, and then the kid steals his nose, and then he's haunted by Zeebo. That creeped me out as a kid as well. And then of course, we have, today's icons like Captain Spaulding, Sid Haig, rest in peace, good sir. What's the matter? Don't you like clowns? Ain't we effing funny? I love that line from Devil's Rejects. And then obviously modern times, you get, Art the Clown, Terrifier 1 and 2. Yeah, this character freaks me out. The first time I ever watched it was obviously All Hallows Eve. Yeah, that was crazy. And then of course, the Terrifier came out, and that was pretty creepy too. And then we have stuff that people don't remember or are not too familiar with, like Clown. This was a creepy movie as well. There's a backstory to this. I think once the movie came out for the first time, I think people thought that Eli Roth directed it, but he did not. It was John Watts. It says from Master of Terror, Eli Roth. He just produced this movie. But this is another creepy ass movie about this father who gets a clown outfit and makeup to perform for his son's 6th birthday. It's more like the costume is haunted. It takes over his body and his mind, and he turns into a killer. It's very strange film, but I really enjoyed that one. The other day, I actually rewatched this one. This is a horror comedy, really. Stitches with Russ Noble. He's a clown. He goes to kids' parties, and then these kids decide to pull a prank on him, tie his shoes together when he's performing, and then then they throw something at his head. I think it was like a soccer ball or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. And then he gets into an accident where he's falls over in the kitchen, and the dishwasher's open, and then a knife goes through his head and he dies. and then apparently he gets resurrected and comes back to life and haunts the kids later, like what is it, like 10 years later or something, and he gets his revenge. It's such a strange movie, but really fun comedy. I watched this one the other night. I didn't think it was all that great, but it has some good casting in it. Clown Fear. I bought this at Walmart years ago, from 2019. It's almost 2 hours long. Basically, it's about this one. I think it's called Clown City, USA. It's just this town is just overrun by clowns, but they're not very nice. I'll tell you that. They basically torture, murder, and just really treat everyone outside, the outsiders, like crap. First they're nice, and then they start killing. The only people that stood out to me were Darcy DeMoss. She was in Friday the 13th Part 6. And Sadie Katz. She's been in a bunch of low-budget horror films over the years. She actually co-wrote the screenplay on this one, so I thought that was interesting. Oops, sorry guys. Technical difficulties with this thing right now. We'll talk about that one toward the end of the video. Then you have like true crime, like well, this isn't really true. It's loosely based on true crime. John Wayne Gacy, you know, the serial killer who used to dress up as a clown and he killed boys. This is like a fake documentary called 8213 Gacy House. It's not very good. I watched it the other night as well. It's from our friends at the asylum, so if you guys see that, you understand what I mean. Very low budget. So basically, the house that Gacy lived in was torn down, and they rebuilt another house there. And apparently, the same house, this new house, is haunted by John Wayne Gacy. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't recommend that one. And then you got the crazy weird movies from Wild Eye releasing. You got Clown of the Dead. I have not watched this yet. I'm sure it's pretty bad. The clown looks creepy as all hell. It says he comes with laughter, leaves with death. And then we have the really ridiculous with Clownado. Yeah, it's a tornado, but it's made of clowns. I don't know. It's very strange. Is anybody in this worth talking about? Linnea Quigley and Eileen Dietz are in here, but I'm sure they're only in it for like a minute. So we got Clownado. And then one of the most controversial films of all time, mostly because of the directors of, well, I mean, he's a terrible person for what he did. I'm talking about Clown House here. He's a terrible person for what he did. I know he went to jail and did his time, and he'll always be a sexual predator, sex offender, registered sex offender. But he does make some decent movies. Like he wrote Powder. He did this movie as he was doing what he did, and he did Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, 3. I didn't watch, but I heard that was terrible. But 1 and 2 were pretty decent. But yeah, so Clown House from 1989, right? 1990. So I have more clown movies in my collection. This is the only ones I wanted to talk about today. But yeah. Let me know in the comments if you guys have seen any of these clown movies. Obviously, you guys have probably seen most of these, maybe not all of them, but let me know in the comments below. Do you guys like clowns? Do you hate them? Why do you hate them? And I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.